when I got to go into action, or went into Vietnam, the only thing that was going through my mind was exactly what was planned, and it was kill communists over and over and over. And I became a machine. I became a very effective machine. I was very good at what I did, extremely good at it. I'm here.
ベトナム戦争はケネディ大統領の時代に始まった。
We was really there just to start the damn war. First few missions was to go in, destroy villages, leave nothing left, leave communist arms there, and get out. So I realized what we was doing, you know, and it made sense then. It really made sense.
We had occasion to evac some children in the middle of a fight. And in order to keep us from making this move, the enemy, whoever he was, firing from the brush, shot into those children to slow us down or to stop us or whatever his purpose was. I guess probably if I live to be 150, I'll never forget the sounds of those children screaming as they were being fired into. And it made me hate. Up until that point, the enemy was just the enemy. It was just a war. My dad fought a war. My older brother fought a war. It was just a war. But at that moment, it became personal. I took it personal. And somewhere in there, my mind changed. I can't tell you exactly when or how or even why. It just happened. And I took it upon myself to try to kill every gook in the world. The thing about the Vietnamese, they have a habit of taking their families with them when they fight a war. They take everybody with them. I'd been laying suppressive fire, and I seen a woman and her two kids come running out of a bunker. And I seen her face. I wasn't 100 feet from her. And I clicked in on the pilot and told him that there were civilians down below, and I just got an order from him. I don't remember the exact words. It's something like, "Fire on him, you son of a bitch," or something. And it was just like an automatic reaction, something that they learned in boot camp, you know, like just obey your orders and don't think about anything else. And it was after that I quit flying. I tried to shoot my pilot. I finally ended up just throwing my gun at him. I just told him I quit. Intimidation, bribery, murder, it all came under the title of psyops. See, a Buddhist believes you can't get into heaven without his head. So I guess if you don't want the Buddhist to go to heaven, you'd probably cut his head off.
ブルースは上官が彼の正体を見捨てたことを忘れはしない。残された陣地はいわば死の砦で、たちまち敵の集中砲火を浴びてしまった。
One fellow got a chest wound. I packed him. We had to get out of the water. We went into the bush. VC was there. The fellow with the chest wound was hell of a noise. I left him there. Did away with him myself, had to save me and the other fellow that went out. We got to the beach and we were supposed to be picked up. We weren't. There was nobody there. Nothing. By day, we'd bury ourselves in the sand. By night, we'd go back in. Because after losing that many people, hell, we just went gunny fruit, you know, just lost our heads.
Part of it is the guilt, and the guilt is having to leave wounded comrades, which is not. It hasn't got anything to do with what I grew up with. It has nothing to do with that. I mean, John Wayne, Audie Murphy, none of them left their comrades. I mean, they all got medals, they all got parades, they all got everything, you know. And what they did was they had a code, and they never left a comrade to be hacked up into pieces.
I still have guilt feelings about it. I mean, you don't go out and take a person's life and not have a guilt feeling about it. You just, you can't do it. Anybody that says they can and not feel guilty about it, I'll call them a damn liar.
There was a point where I think I enjoyed killing. And then when I came through that, then there was a point where I didn't want to kill anything ever again. I didn't want to touch a gun. I wanted to go home.
第二次世界大戦のヒーローたちは戦いの疲れを癒した後、船で凱旋し盛大なパレードで迎えられた。ベトナム戦争の兵士たちは耳の奥で爆撃の音が鳴りやまぬうちに飛行機で故国へ連れ戻された。迎えたのは非難と嘲笑の渦である。
And when I came home, there was protesters there, lots of them. And that's where I finally got a homecoming. Was, you know, the comments, shine your boots, GI, how's it kill a baby, GI, on and on, you know, ridicule, had of throwing things at you. And a few of the bros did get mad and swing on the protesters. Most of them started crying and just took off.
When I first got back, I spent time in the pen in California because of a barroom brawl. I killed a man right here in the United States because of loss of temper, anger. And I didn't know that he had a steel plate in his head. I mean, you don't walk around with a sign on your forehead saying, "Don't hit me because I have a steel plate in my head." And when I got out of there, I went off into the brush. I lived in the brush.
I was a walking time bomb for a long time. They taught me that if I was mad enough to fight, I was mad enough to kill. And I was scared to death of that. I'd had all the killing I needed, I could ever want in a war. And I walked around for years scared to death that I was going to fly off the handle some night and snuff somebody. And the pressure of maintaining that type of anger and control of it frustrated me to a point where I could no longer deal with anybody. And I walked off in the woods.
I know I told everybody in the family not to touch me. That was one thing. Don't touch me. Don't come up behind me. Let me know. You know, cough, do something. Let me know you're there if I don't hear you. And above all, don't wake me up. If you have to wake me up, call my name from a few feet away, and I'll wake up. And second week I was home, my mother forgot it, and she came down, and I didn't hear her. And she woke me up the way she used to when I was in high school, and really didn't want to get up. And she grabbed my toe and shake it and squeeze it. And when she did that, I came off the bed, grabbed her blouse like this, and cut off her carotid arteries, which are here. And generally it takes 7 to 10 seconds with no blood supply to the brain to cause damage, and a little longer and it's death. And I came out of it. I mean, I hallucinated all kinds of things. You know, I didn't know who she was. And when I came out of it, it freaked me out. That's all I have to say is it freaked me out. And it was too much. And I packed and I left. I didn't have any more contact with my family for over 6 years. Basically, I went into the woods and left. It was the safest place. I understand animals. Human beings are dangerous.
I just walked off in the woods and stayed there. It started with a cabin out on the Mendenhall Glacier. And a security system. Constant patrols and diligence, claymore mines, some weapons. Well, it didn't take long for that to come to the attention of the Alaskan State Police. And that started an odyssey and a chapter in my life that now is quite humorous, but at the time was not funny at all.
シルベスター・スタローンの主演で大ヒットした映画「ランボー」は自分がモデルだとジェイクは思い込んでいる。
I'm warning you, boy, don't make a move, I'll blow your head off! I didn't do anything! Oh! Cease fire! Cease fire!
Sure picked one hell of a guy to mess around with. Just came over the teletype a few minutes ago. John Rambo is a Vietnam vet. He's a Green Beret, Congressional Medal of Honor. Guy's a war hero.
Jesus, that freak! I knew there was something about that guy. Over here! Will! He's over here! Hold on, let's swing! I got him! I got him! Singleton, follow me! I got him! Somebody help me! Help me, Will! Will! Bulford! Bulford! Help! Help me! Bulford! Singleton, over here! Easy, get me out here. Easy. All right, hold. Singleton, where the hell are you? Singleton! Singleton!
I could have killed them all. I could have killed you. And down you the law. Out here it's me. Don't push it. Don't push it. I'll give you a war you won't believe. Let it go. Let it go.
I had a great time. I was trained for it. I was good. I spent my whole life running around the woods. And it was a natural thing for me to go to the woods. But since the beginning of time, people that have had a social problem or social unacceptance or massive amounts of paranoia, whatever you want to call it, whatever problem it is, have withdrawn to the wild country to deal with them. It's a terribly good place to deal with them, as long as you do not lose perspective as to what you're doing there.